You know how easy it is when you're trying to do something about taking care of yourself to lose your momentum? To like, you're doing really well with it, you're drinking the water, you're getting the exercise, you're eating right. And then it kind of just falls apart, particularly over summer where you're going away a lot and then coming back and trying to set up your systems again. And it can be really challenging to get the momentum back again, or to to instate some momentum if you've been in this long plateau of kind of vaguely taking care of yourself, but not really doing a good job with it. Whew. Yes, I'm speaking from experience. I'm also speaking from working with clients on this. And the other day, I was talking with a client about it, and we devised a system which has actually been tried and true for a long time of giving yourself tiny rewards. And I realized um, when I started to practice it yesterday that there is something about actually the physical act of moving something from somewhere. So let me just back up. You know that star system you had in elementary school? You get a star for doing something good. That actually is functional as adults too, because it helps that inner child in you feel seen and engaged and rewarded for making good choices. So you're actually working with the inner child, and we all have the inner child. It's not an embarrassment to say that. Those are the parts of us that are derailing. The inner child is the part that's derailing our efforts to take good care of ourselves as adults. And so speaking directly to that inner child with this reward system is useful. And stars would work, but I found myself finding a stick and out in the woods here, and putting it in a jar and using clothespins to every time I did something, made a decision that was good for myself. And it was small ones. I gave myself a clothespin. And it worked for, drinking a glass of water or tidying up the kitchen or doing some stretches or exercises or lunges. All the things that we're trying to do to take care of ourselves, our space, our bodies. And as I'm getting older, the body is really important in this way because my body is aging, and I'm seeing it. So I was putting these not paper clips, clothespins on the stick, and I realized that the very act of doing it sort of made concrete that decision. So like, I'm trying not to eat sugar. How do you reward yourself for not eating sugar? And it turns out there is that moment when I'm like, oh, I really want, right? And I take a moment, I see the stick and I take a moment and say, no, I'm not going to do it. And I give myself that reward. And it sort of just putting the paperclip or the clothespin on there, it actually just makes it feel like, oh, that's a done decision. It's complete. I've made that decision. I am no longer compelled by the sugar. I can move on to the next thing. Shocking how that works. I was really stunned. And so as someone with ADHD qualities and an inner child and a creative bent, I like to give myself sort of experiments to see what works for myself and to build my habits through these playful experiments. So my habit that I'm working on is twofold. One is to not eat sugar. The other is to drink more water. And so these are just playful ways of helping my inner child not rebel against my intention to be in a healthier body. I hope this is helpful to you. It's very personal, but I think we all all struggling with personal things like this. So Val Gilman, Taproot Arts and Insight. And I hope you have a great day. All right. Oh, and subscribe or pass it on, or certainly check out my website. There's a link. Bye.